Thanks for joining us today. I'm Cody Holyoke. We begin with some trash talk and a discussion that began taking shape months ago in our area. We started seeing folks around the south side of Kansas City, Missouri, speak out against a proposed landfill without a lot of information. We heard questions over who's even in charge of the project. So our KMBC 9 Investigates team started looking into it. We found all of the opposition centers on this swath of land. We've colored in red here, south of 150 Highway in far southeast Kansas City, just east of Raytown Road. And now this project, which surprised a lot of people, is up in the air because of new developments.
We ask that this process be completed with complete transparency.
This month, Kansas City, Missouri City Council put up a temporary roadblock approving a moratorium on any landfill development in the city. It lasts 6 months, enough time for a study to be done to see if the city even needs another landfill. Mayor Quentin Lucas is skeptical.
And I think right now I have not seen the reason, the rationale, the basis for putting a landfill anywhere within city limits, including this site.
Neighbors and even leaders in surrounding areas like Raymore, Belton, Lee Summit, Grandview, and Cass County have come out against the project, saying it is a bad idea. And even with this moratorium putting plans on hold, this uncertainty about what's planned and what's happening is already having a ripple effect. Cass County lawmakers have publicly warned about property values taking a hit, and at least one local realty group is already making buyers and sellers within 2 miles of this site sign a special landfill disclosure and acknowledgement form. Even congressional lawmakers are taking notice.
There's a big difference between an apartment going in somewhere and a landfill. I mean, we're talking about a massive landfill. More than 30 trash trucks going up and down 150 each day. It's going to affect commerce. It's going to affect jobs. It's going to mainly affect the housing market.
Congressman Mark Alford and Emmanuel Cleaver put out a joint bipartisan statement against the proposal, which we are still watching closely. Let's get to the heart of the matter with KMBC 9 investigative reporter Matt Fleener, who's been following this. Matt, thanks for joining us. First off, have you reached out to the developer? What have we heard from them?
We have. We've reached out multiple times. There's been quite a few attempts to contact the developer. We actually did hold a meeting with the developer, but as of yet, the developer has yet to agree to an on-the-record conversation about this landfill proposal. And it's sort of this nebulous proposal right now. A lot of people are still waiting to hear the exact plans for what this landfill would be all about.
We know the developers were in Jeff City. We saw them recently speaking out against legislation that could potentially kill the project. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so right now there's both a bill in the Missouri House and the Missouri Senate that would expand the buffer zone for a landfill between a population center of 400,000. So right now the current buffer zone is about a half mile. It would expand it out to a mile. Right now it's moving through the Missouri House. The House bill is moving a little faster than the Senate bill. But there's been quite an opposition from the developers in this situation to go against this bill in the Missouri legislature.
Right, and we've checked the data from the EPA too. Just wondering, is this a need? EPA says of the 106 landfills in the state of Missouri, only 6 are open and publicly owned. So is this a need that they're trying to fill here?
Depends on who you talk to,
okay.
Right? So there are plenty of people in the waste industry here in Kansas City who say, Kansas City has 20 to 30 to 40 more years before there would ever be a need for a landfill. Of course, the developers say, hey, we want to fill the need right now. We want to make sure that we can take care of this. So it's really up for debate. And really the big debate is, should this go next to some very populated neighborhoods? You have Creekmore, you have Raintree Lake that are down there, both opposing this project. And a lot of people who have come out who say this would affect tens of thousands of people if that landfill would go right there.
Right, in Longview Lake Park and even Lee Summit in that area. Just a vocal opposition from people there. But it's a little strange, right? This whole process from the outside looking in has just felt a little bizarre because we heard, as we said, the cities and towns kind of speaking out, right? Hearing inklings about, we don't want this project, and we're all like, what are we talking about? And I think that's the big question. What are we talking about?
We heard this for months, right? Oh yeah, there could be a landfill, there could be this proposal. And it wasn't until just a few weeks ago that we did hear confirmation that a developer has been working on this for months and really came out to the Missouri legislature and said, yeah, we want this landfill here. Of course, neighbors said, we've known what you've been doing all along, and we absolutely don't want this this landfill next to our neighborhood.
Yeah, it's important to note this Kansas City moratorium that passed only really presses pause for a little while on what would be a years-long project.
Sure.
Because you can't just put in a landfill overnight. This process takes time.
That's right. Kansas City passed basically a moratorium for about 6 months to give the city manager about 6 months to study Kansas City, Missouri's solid waste needs. And there's this push to work with the Mid-America Regional Council to say, hey, what are the needs for not just Kansas City, Missouri, but the whole region here into the future for a landfill. So as of right now, no landfill that would be permitted at least for 6 months here in Kansas City, Missouri. But after that, we'll see what happens.
Procedural roadblock, to say the least, though.
Yeah, that's right. It pauses it for right now.
Does this get settled at City Hall, in the courts, or in Jefferson City? What's the temperature on that?
All of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could. The Jefferson City, push is these two bills that are working their way through that could expand that buffer zone, like we talked about. So that could effectively block the landfill from moving in down there. You could have some county action, and then also permitting by the city.
Right.
Whether or not that permitting moves forward probably gets worked out. So to speak, in the back rooms of City Hall there.
Yeah,
so.
you've been busy talking to city leaders
Yep.
and knocking on doors and making phone calls. What's catching your eye about this, and what will you be looking for in the weeks, months, maybe even years ahead?
I think it's been incredible to see the amount of unity among cities and among city leaders. Raymore, you've got Lee Summit, you've got Belton Peculiar, you have counties, Jackson County, Cass County now, that have come out in opposition, in Kansas City, Missouri as well. So the amount of unity against this specific proposal in this area, that's been fascinating to watch. And whether or not they can hold that front to say, hey, we don't want this right there in that area, that'll be really fascinating to watch over the next few months.
Unified opposition tends to be a little easier too, right?
And it's been quite a chess game, and the cities and the city officials really played the hand first to move out in front of the developers here to get out ahead of this story.
All right.
Yeah.
Matt Fleener, thanks for keeping tabs on
bet.
this story. KBC 9 Investigates is closely watching any new developments surrounding this project. You can look for Matt's updates on air and online at KMBC.com.